Welcome to tutorial number 183. In this tutorial, we will talk about the shut off surfaces, the next feature in the mold tool section. In this tutorial, we will talk about what the shut off surfaces and why we need them, and we will see how to insert them and have a look at the selection manager options and surfaces types, and look at the cases when we need to insert the shut off surfaces manually, and then have a look at the mold folders. So simply the shut off surfaces are shutting the holes in the products. For example, we have holes representing the buttons and the speaker holes. So closing these holes are the shut off surfaces. But why we need to add the shut off surfaces? As you remember, from the previous tutorial, we inserted the parting line for this mobile cover, which represent the lines between the core and cavity, the mold parts. But if you again edit the parting line feature, you would notice a message over there. The parting line is complete, but the mold cannot be separated. So the reason why we need to add a shut off surface is to add more parting or parting surfaces to separate between the border of the mold parts, the core and cavity, so you will know which part will do the cavity and which part will do the core. So let's see how it works. Here is the shut off surfaces. If you click on the shut off surfaces, it will automatically shuts the holes over there because they are simple holes. And if you notice, the shut off surfaces, they are not shown. If you go down in the selection manager, click show preview, so you'll see a preview for the shut. Well, now we are shutting these holes, so you can imagine the part to the right of the surface is in the part of the core, and the holes or to the left are in the cavity part. So the cavity will be responsible for creating these holes, or in otherwise, and that we will see when we creating this mold. And here you have the edges which are selected. You can change which part will do which. For example, we can clear selection and select the edges over here. So you'll notice the sides to the left of the surface are in the part of the core. In other words, we can call them parting surfaces. But we still have the rest of the hole need to be selected in order to the mold to recognize the part of the core and the cavity. And here you have the knit option in case if there are many surfaces, so you will decrease the number of surfaces. So I will close the shut off surfaces and I will suppress the fillet option in the mobile cover, fillet 5, and to make it easier for selection, and you can still have fillet and select them manually. Here we'll click on the parting line again. You'll notice the shut off surfaces selected all the holes. And now if you go down over there, we can show preview and knit surfaces, and here are the types of the surfaces. So in this side, if you notice, this face is straight, so it can be enough to have the contact option. But in case there are some curves and you need the surface to match this curve, you can change the type into tangent. You can click on the window over there and change it to tangent. And here we have also the type over there. You have no fill and you have all contact and all tangent. If we click on the all tangent, it will convert all the types to be tangent, and if you click on the all contact, will convert all the type into contact. And here we can show callouts or hide them to make it easier to see. So now I will keep the default selection, and when I'm done I click OK. So now we have the chat of surfaces are there, so you can see a better, you can imagine the shape of the mold or the core and the shape of the cavity. But in some cases, maybe this mobile cover might be simple, have straight faces, but in some cases the shot of surface can be difficult to make or to be selected by default, and you need in that case to make them manually. And we will have an example about that later on in the case when we create the shot of surface manually and how we can use the surface commands over there to create our shot of surfaces. And now let's check if we succeed to create the shot of surface and the parting line. If we go back, edit the shot of surface, here you'll notice we get a green message. The mold can be separated and SolidWorks can differentiate between the mold parts, the core and the cavity. So a few steps remaining to create the actual mold. One last thing, for the surface which we created, they are only surfaces and they are not affecting the solid body, and they are just borders. And if you need to have a look at these surfaces, you can find them under the mold folders, expand it over there, and here you have the cavity surfaces and the surface bodies and the parting bodies. So here you can see the core surfaces which are in red, you can see them, and these are the core side of the surfaces, and here are the cavity side of the surfaces. So the cavity represents the green color and the core surface the red color, and they are equal in the number.